What up, y'all? Fabian Speaks back again. We're talking about a video essentially on the lines of the will of God will not lead you where the grace of God can't keep you, man. I don't know. It's a crazy, excuse me. It's a crazy topic to really talk about how, like, folks out here really think that, like, God pops in and out of people's lives and he's not going to be there to ride till the wheels fall off, and he doesn't know what's going on at certain points of your life, and that he brings you into situations without a solution or a resolution or how to get you out of them. People really think like that, man. And obviously that's the enemy sabotaging them, getting in their mind. But think about it. Like, you really think God's moving you along, or he wrote the beginning, middle, and end, he knows it all, just to put you in situations and places for you to be rattled and not know what's going to happen? That's just pure stupidity, bro. That's just pure blasphemy, because God is everything. He's all. He knows all. And obviously as a loving father, he takes care of us. So people who think that they have their back against the wall, they find themselves in situations to where they literally are blinded because they think there's no way out. They wonder, how am I here? God, you have abandoned me. Whereas that's typically like a breakthrough moment, seasons of isolation, seasons of real trial, tribulation, and growth. Those times to where you think God's not with you, the times where you think he's silent. You know, there's the times to where he's really just building up your faith in that moment. But when I take time to look at my whole life, bro, like the course of my life, what I've been through, experiences, places, what I've seen, all these type of things, in the moments to where I wasn't really in a close relationship with God, but in retrospect, I still see how situations turned out for me, man. It ain't luck. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it's like you just drop on your knees at moments in time and just give thanks, because you really see God's hand moving and how he was there in times to where you didn't even acknowledge him. You know what I'm saying? Because like in my early youthful days, like the teenage years, I was just wild, rambunctious, partying outside. And I wasn't considering God at all. I was just considering being a young adult or being a teenager, having fun. And, when you first enter those high school years and y'all start partying and stuff like that, nobody can tell you nothing, man. You in your own world. And I was very wild. I just wanted to run with the crowd. I was a follower, bro. Because I grew up as one of those kids that was very sheltered. You know what I'm saying? So when I got my chance to really have fun, hey, you know what I'm saying, we let loose. So with that being said, a lot of scary moments, a lot of scary times, a lot of life-threatening times to where I'm just like, God's hand was over my life the whole time, because there's purpose, plan. It's not your time yet, or obviously there's something that's manifesting or unfolding. So it's a crazy thing, but a lot of people don't pay attention to the very minuscule details of their life. And how did I, get away by the skin of my teeth in this situation? How was that possible to where I didn't end up in this situation? How did it end up going this way? That's all God. So even in the moments to where you take huge risks or you go places, it's not like you putting yourself in life-threatening situations. Maybe you're going in through the valley, so to speak. Those moments, he's there. Those moments, he's always protecting, guiding, and directing your steps. So it's just complete lunacy to think at times that he'll put you in situations and places, especially if you want to trust in him, that he can't get you out of, or that he hasn't had a purpose or a reasoning behind it. It's really a master maneuver of trickery from the enemy, to where he's able to sabotage and get people to believe that the Lord isn't with them, and you're just in the desert, and he's always there, bruh. He's always there. He will never just, drop you off the side of a cliff. So it's a thing that we really have to take note of, be conscious of, because we can tend to get lost in the facade. There's a lot of things that are sabotaging our reliance in the Lord. There's a lot of things that are fooling us into believing that doesn't exist, and we can't have that dependence on our Father in heaven. So I really encourage you to really take time in the Word, because a lot of times revisiting God's promises re-solidifies you in your faith and your understanding. Is when you forget the precepts and what he said, God can't change, right? If he says something, it's going to be that way. It's when we forget these things to where we start believing the lies. That's the crazy thing, bro. But like, if you really tap into that's why you need to be sharp on the word, because the world will fool you into forgetting about the word. And the situations you face in the world will sabotage you. Of course, we're going to face stressful situations, maybe situations that make you very anxious. And then naturally, that's how the enemy attacks. But if you don't remember the promises and the understanding of how God is with you through trials, and no matter how you feel, you can face very tough things, but that doesn't take away from God, being the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? We understand we have hardship, but through the word and through the understanding and the strength of the Holy Spirit and who you can lean on, you can make it through any hurdle, any trial, anything that comes across the path. So you have to remind yourself, recondition your mind, and remember the reality of it is that the world is conquered. It's not that the enemy has any type of stronghold over you, no matter what you face or go through. And the worst that can happen is they can kill you. But guess what? The spirit flourishes after that. So, and you spend eternity with Jesus Christ, man. You spend eternity in heaven. So that's the beauty, is that no matter what they throw at us, they won't defeat us. You can kill the flesh, but you can't destroy the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So understand, the will of God won't lead you where the grace of God can't keep you. And he's a very gracious, loving God, merciful. So don't get finagled out here, man. Don't get fooled out here, because that's what the enemy is. He's lying, laying low, silent like a serpent, ready to attack, bro. Ready to just knock you off your pivot. And too many folks are getting knocked off their pivot today. Any lie, anything that's not rooted in love and truth, and I would suggest you read the word to understand the truths, you know what I'm saying, isn't of God. If it's just lies that you're feeding yourself and nonchalantness and, you know what I'm saying, just things that are just deteriorating hope in anything happening, then that's not it. That's not the way to be thinking. So let me know y'all's thoughts on this in the comment section below, man. Peace, love, prosperity. We're mightily protected, mightily safeguarded. Anything that comes your way that's a hardship is only being used in order to mold you and train you. That's a hurdle that will come and go, and then you'll continue to maintain. Above all, God has conquered the world, so it doesn't matter the trial you face. You know what I mean? In the entire to the utmost, if we're gonna look at the magnitude in terms of existence, we have nothing to be afraid of. We have nothing to fear. We have no reason to feel like there's something holding us back or limiting our potential. So peace, love, prosperity, man. We'll catch y'all next time. We out.